And of course, Deb, when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I had me a beam antenna on a tower for quite a number of years until a tornado tore it down. And I went to ground mounted dipole. So I don't know whether it's helpful or not, but I'll go ahead and turn it back to you for now. WD4 is.
All right. Well, thanks for your input. Josh, I'd help you out any there? All right. Answer. Anybody else out there want to check in with us tonight?
WA0JTW Mobile. I can.
All right, Cliff. Good evening to you. Thanks for being there. Yeah, got our newbie net going on, and welcome to the party. Still ain't figured this Zoom meeting out. I've got a little bit closer to it, but trying to share my invitation. So, but good evening. Did you hear Josh's question there tonight, Cliff?
Yes, I did. I figure he's probably outdoor dashing right now because he said that he was out doing that. He was getting close to a delivery. But yeah, I heard the question. Sounded pretty interesting. I have never used a 10-bit half wave. I've thought of it, and I might. I have used the G5RV. It was okay. I've used dipoles. They work good, but you need one for each band. And I have used a fan dipole, and it worked pretty good. But it was a little difficult to tune. But once you got it tuned up,
what's going on there?
It involved a lot of raising and lowering and raising and lowering. It worked fine until it fell down. It was great.
Got you there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bear with me here. I'm kind of trying to do three different things at one time, so I'm kind of halfway listening, trying to figure out what I'm doing here, and seeing what I can do. Yeah, I use off center fed dipole, and I've used a G5RV as well. So I've heard a lot of people don't like G5RVs, but mine done a good job for me. I couldn't it wouldn't tune on 80 meters, but anything else it tuned up and done a really good job. The off center fed dipole I got, I swear by it. It is a beast. I mean, it does the job and does the job well. Got it from Mrs. Humpton down here, Lawrenceburg. Husband was a pastor that passed away, Silent Key, and I don't know if he built it or if he bought it, but I know the thing works good. Uh, it tunes all bands, and I think it probably close enough I could just about tune it with the radio, but I do have a tuner that I use, so but it's a really good antenna.
This is JTW again. Yeah, I used one of those for a lot of years. I bought it from from the club. The club used it on field day, and I bought it from whoever took it home with him, and it worked just great. I may go that route again. I'm glad
I actually had a buddy of mine. He said something about wanting to try to build one, and I told him we'd get our everything that we're gonna need and come over here and take this one down and see if we can't duplicate it. I'd like to get into some antenna building, but uh, I won't be able to do it by myself.
Well, I won't be able to do it till the weather warms up. Oh, that's okay. I got to get something back up there. All my HF stuff fell down. So I need to put something up, and I'm still deciding what to do.
I understand. All right, we got any more check-ins want to check in with us there tonight?
Recheck SRR.
Okay, Mr. Carey, go ahead.
I would just like to raise the question of what I do over here, and I have an untuned wire. I have it fed by a 4-to-1 balance, and it's untuned, and it works fine on 1840. And I haven't ever tried it on 20. However, I have a buddy also, Dale, that uses the same antenna, untuned. It's too long, and it works fine on 1840. The thing you got to watch out for is if you make an antenna resonant, all that does is amplify the noise. So if you make an antenna non-resonant, then you depend on your receiver generating the noise. You got to think this out before you make a decision. And by the way, the halfway dipole has no gain whatsoever, absolutely none. A G5RV at its fundamental has 3 decibels of antenna of gain. So you can think about that. Anybody that wants to know where that comes from, I'd be more than happy to explain it to them. 75 SR.
All right. Yeah. So you're that one of the be considered like a long wire or random wire? Is that what they heard of that as?
Yes, that would be a good definition. It is not resonant. Well, it's resonant on some frequency, obviously, but it's not resonant on any of the AM bands that I'm using it on. And I don't want it to be resonant. I want its noise level to be as low as possible.
Okay, got you there. Righty. Yeah, I saw those. That the you have the little tuner box that you use, or you just use a tuner tuning the wire.
But no, it's not directional. It's not directional. I didn't mean to imply that. It's a standard donut. Well, it's not tuned, so it doesn't have any resonant peaks. The sensitivity of the antenna is the same in all directions. So that's one of the reasons for using the thing like that. Now here, I've got years and years of experience, and my antennas are down to 2. I have a non-resonant wire, which happens to be fed off center. Well, okay, it's fed off center because that happens to be where my tower is, and that's why the feet turned up off center. And the other thing is I have a beam tower and a rotator, which takes care of everything above 25. So you see, I'm pretty well equipped. Back to you.
got you there. Well, Art, what do you use for antenna on HF bands?
WD-4. Well, I have a inverted V for the 75, 40 meters down there. In fact, I had one cut just for 75 meters and one cut for 40 down there, the way it come off my tower. But after that was tore up, I just went to a ground-mounted vertical that had multiple bands on, and I used to chalk them up here. Your G5 RV can be used on 75 meters if you extend the length of it, and it is somewhere in the I have it wrote down in there. I extended mine and I used it on 75 meters all the time. It worked out pretty good, but I just forget how many feet you have to put on each end of it. It's been a good while, but I used it when I come up here, G5 RV, and I did have a vertical out the back that I used too, a ground-mounted vertical, but those are the only two I used other than 2 meter and 40 antenna. I used a what do you call that? Looks like a J. I can't think of the name of it right offhand. My mind's going. But anyway,
Alex, I'm not sure how to do the Zoom meetings the way you do. I'm not having any luck.
What it is with an antenna? Get it up. It's one that works good. It works good for you. That's the one to use. So this is WD-4 back to net control.
All right, Art. That's true. One that works is K4LEM, net control station of Maury Amateur Radio Club, Newbie Net. Josh, did you make it back to us? KO4HUV?
Yes, I did, and I've been listening in as much as possible. I'm trying to make this last stop right quick. But, Gary was talking about it being resonant or non-resonant. The thing that was getting me is, does that make it balanced or unbalanced? Because I'm lost on a lot of this. It's unbalanced. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out how it all works out. You got if you put up a single wire, you got both the internal and external current in the wire, so it's going to be balanced. But if you put the wire inside of a coax, then it starts being unbalanced. So you got to figure out what you're doing and make sure you know what you're doing. All right, thank you so much on that, Mr. K. I'm going to do some more research and see what I can find out. And you guys helped a lot on that question. Appreciate it.
All right, good deal. Well, get back around, jump back in here when you can. No big deal. Kind of open round table style net, so jump in whenever you get ready. Let's see, we'll go down here to Joe. Good evening, Joe. You got any comments, thoughts, or anything for the Newbie Net tonight?
Not anything in particular, just pop on and kind of hang out for a while and help out any way I could or any questions I could. A lot of things. I'm still learning. I think it's one of the ham radio is one of the fields you get into and never really do master it. It's always been like a digital mode around the corner all the time now, or ways of doing things. So it's fascinating field.
There's Eric. Good evening, Eric.
Really
Hello, Justin.
stops learning. Anyway, been glad to hang out. You're doing a good job. Appreciate you doing this for us. I'll just stand by and listen, and I'll pop in if I can assist in any way.
All right, we sure appreciate it. Let's see, Cliff, good evening, WA0JTW. Good evening, how are you tonight?
Mobile. I'm just coming back from Good Friday services at church. So I just turned the radio on and there was the message. Oh, okay, this is fun. And I had noticed that on the club website that you were going to be running a Newbie net. Those are always good because there's always something new coming along, and most of the time I haven't heard about it. So that's how I learned stuff. But in the meantime, I just pulled into Kroger's and I got to run and get a couple of things. So back to net control. This is WA0JTW.
All right, Cliff. Well, we appreciate you being here. Be still in here when you come back out. Welcome to join in there with us again. Any more check-ins for the Newbie Net, Maury Amateur Radio Club Newbie Net? It's kind of a little bit of a
KQHWB.
One more time as you call sign, I'm sorry.
N4DJT. Can't you all guys hear me down there in Maury County?
I got you there now. I was kind of half in it and half out of it when you come with your call. Well, good evening to you. And thanks for checking in Newbie Net. Doing all right this evening?
I am doing okay. I just had the radio on scan and the volume down. I came in and I saw there was a signal down here. And I thought I'd turn down the squelch and open the volume and see what was going on. I should check in and sit back and listen in and see if there's any questions that pop up that I could answer. Roger.
After that, well, good deal. Well, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight. What was your name one more time?
Name here is Don, Delta Oscar November, and I am up here in Bonogwood, Dixon County.
I got you, Don. Following in on the YouTube thing as well, huh? See you there in the chat. Well, good evening to you, Don. Thanks for being there. Anybody else want to check in with the Newbie Net? What's going on, Alex?
Hey, what up, bro?
Trying to manage a zoo going on out here, but we're getting there.
Yeah, you gotta hire a professional like Alex to do it for you.
Yeah, that's...
He's good at handling chaos.
Yeah.
Recheck SR.
Okay, Mr. Carey, go ahead. Mr.
I'm
Carey.
telling you, if you want to ask somebody how an antenna works, just ask Don.
Roger that. He, I was gonna, fixing to pass around and see who all in the
Hey, Eddie.
What's up,
group
Alex?
here was gonna participate
Brother.
in our field day this year. Go ahead.
Yeah, when Don and I get together, it sounds more like a couple of cats in a fight.
That old guy there, he's a 105-year-old retired NASA rocket scientist, engineer.
Oh, that Mr. Harry Philly, he knows a lot of stuff, way more than me. Way more than me. He's been around a long time, and he knows what is what.
105. Roger that. Yeah, Mr. Carey, he's a sure he's got some amazing stories to tell. I've heard a few over the repeater over the last year, but probably barely scratching the tip there. It's sure he's got some good ones to tell, some past experiences. I think I got just about too much going on.
Don't ask him to fix your computer though, but everything's sure of that. Yeah, I'd ask for his advice.
I wanted to say hello, okay?
Okay, Alex, thanks for stopping
And
in.
tell you
brother.
that it's working. You make that happen.
All right, I appreciate it.
Hey, you
Yeah.
got also. That's my buddy Eric right there.
That's right. Well, has anybody out there got big plans for the upcoming field day this year?
Hey guys, have a good night. Eric, take care. See you
Operate
tomorrow.
at home,
Going to field day?
participate at the park, or
Huh?
what y'all's plans? I'll start back with you there, Joe.
Well, Alex is going to field day.
Yeah, I intend to participate. I don't know yet exactly which
Okay.
slot
Thank you, Alex.
schedule that I'll be in.
See you tomorrow.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
it'll revolve
3 o'clock.
around dinner Saturday evening. So always look forward to that. We always have a pretty good spread out there at the park. But yeah, looking forward to it. I was going to try and see maybe if I could maybe do a little CW this
Yeah, I
year.
gotta go and take a shower. And
Hopefully I can.
Go to
I've
sleep.
been
I'm
practicing a
tired.
little bit. Hopefully I can get.
All right, Alex. Got a big day tomorrow. We'll have fun.
And I got a bunch of your souls today on 17.
I tried to get you. I couldn't.
Roger that. I'll gonna plan on trying to dedicate the whole day. Thought about even seeing about
Have a good one, brother. Take care, Eric.
bringing a
Right, Alex.
camper up, park up. If anybody want to, last year I come in very late, and I think Jeffrey and Bill was about ready to choke me before I left, but they got me started in on the HF, and I was having a ball. So, but I thought about maybe trying to bring a camper and bring it, and that way if anybody wanted to stand for the duration, they want to rest or whatever, have a place beside the chair to sit in there.
Recheck SR.
Okay, Mr. Carey.
I want to throw one in here with field day. Now, I've been doing field day for almost 100 years now, so I know how that goes. Well, when they took away the earphones and connected the repeater, the radios to the computers, they took all the fun out of the field day. You can't stand there and figure what those operators are tuning for. And the reason you can't do that, because they got that thing all muted.
Ask them how they powered.
What's that?
Ask them what kind of power did they use.
I got you there. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, hard for somebody to walk up and kind of learn about what's going on there. Everybody's under headphones, and I see exactly what you're talking about. Got a good question for you, Mr. Carey. I guess probably still battery power, but back in the day, what was the capabilities of the batteries back in the day?
Well, we used what we had to use. We used car batteries, and when they ran them down, we either took them home and charged them, or we hooked them up to the car and charged them.
I got you there. Which I'm not sure. As far as like I guess batteries really haven't changed. Like car batteries haven't changed a whole lot. As far as the regular lead acid battery anyway.
Yeah, when you use a car battery, you got 75 ohms of average.
I'm on our local repeater,
75.
Justin. What's that? Okay, cool. Okay, I got you there. Yeah, I've actually got a friend of mine on our little Zoom meeting built me a battery box and kind of got me inspired. I've got the box and get the rest of my supplies in for it this week. But the one he's built me, it's got two Anderson power plug outlets on it. It's got a cigarette lighter plug, or just a 12-volt accessory plug, and it's got a USB plug on it. Very cool, neat little contraption. And I bought a power gate. It hooks up to you hook your power supply into it. Goes out to the battery, keeps the battery charged, and then goes to the radio. That way, if there's an interruption in grid power, it automatically switches over to battery power. So the radio never cuts off, but pretty cool. So I'm going to build another one. Bring it to field day. Don't know if that would, with the power gate, if it would still comply with the battery powered rules or not. Guess I don't know. I don't think it probably would.
Actually, one battery into the power gate.
Right
You
now.
have a main battery charge the second battery and backup.
I got you.
Comment.
Okay, go ahead.
I just field day. The last time I did it, I used a 100 amp hour sealed lead acid battery. Not the lightest thing in the world, but it lasted me the entire time. And I actually ran the radio and my laptop off it, and it lasted the entire time.
Okay, I know the battery that Jeffrey was using last year. I know it really surprised him because I think he ran about all day and all night, and it was still it was still above 12 volts whenever I left that morning. I mean, it had gotten lower, but I'm not for sure what power level he was running at. If he was running his rig wide open, or if he had the power cut back to conserve the battery. But no, he was really impressed with it.
But with my 35
The,
amp hour battery, I can
no.
run 7,300, which is 12 watts.
I ran mine wide open. Great. I was running digital mode that weekend on FT8, but you still end up receiving more than you transmit. So, like I said, I was running 100 watts the whole time, and it worked perfectly fine. And I worked heck out of it. I didn't make a super ton of contacts, but I don't know, maybe I made 100 or so, and did a lot of listening. I think I did some phone for a little bit too. But yeah, it worked. Worked well. This year I will be doing field day from my swimming pool via my cell phone into my remoting into my shack right here where I'm sitting. So, and having barbecue. That's how I'll be doing field day this year.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I have to look into the rules on this and see about batteries. I wonder if I used two batteries with the power gate on the first one, but the radio connected to the second one, if that would be, if that would. And are you allowed to use a charger, a battery charger for field day?
Recheck as far.
Okay, Mr. Carey.
Perfect example of battery problem I read down before. The answer to your question is no, you're not allowed to, except for solar. You can use a solar charger when you do that. But you guys give me a tickle. You've forgotten all about arithmetic. A doggone battery and radio is nothing but arithmetic. So come on, get with it.
That's right. That's exactly right. If you run 100 watts, I know my radio, it rated at 22, 23 amp hours. So if you've got a 100 amp hour battery, you're looking at roughly 4 hours. You know, if you're, well, that's on a 100% duty cycle. So say 8 hours on a 50%. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Anybody that talks 100% is not going to have a tongue left.
Yeah, that's I don't know, I got 2 radios that I can bring. Got a 7100 and a 991A. Both of them pretty hackable, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to field day. I'm fun this year. Had fun last year. I'm gonna have a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of how many antennas you want to put up.
That is true. I've got a few. I've got 3 antennas here. I've got a regular G5 RV. I've got my off-center fed dipole, and I've got a Chameleon MCOM 3 portable antenna. Works pretty good as well. I don't know if it's considered a, I don't know if that's considered a in-fed half wave or what that's actually considered. Anybody else got anything for tonight? Art, Josh, Joe, Cliff, Don, or any more check-ins? That the
The signal I have.
okay, Art. Yeah, we've actually got.
Okay, I'm going to have to sign off. I got to run upstairs. But I want to tell you, I enjoyed it tonight. Enjoyed listening and talking a little bit. It's quite informatory to everything. That's the way we learn. Maybe next week we can get on radios, different types of radios and all. That would be interesting to get in there, all the different ones, including the tube jobs, the old radios and the new radios. But anyway, I'll go ahead and sign for now, and 73 to everyone, and enjoy the net. This is WD4NCO.
Well, okay, Art. Thank you for being there. Thanks for coming and joining us for the net tonight. Maybe need to get me be thinking of topics through the week. You know, yes, still trying to figure out, you know, how really go about Newbie net, but thanks for being there, Art.
Yeah, okay, 73, WD4NCO, I'll be clear.
Again, this is K4LEN, Maury Amateur Radio Club Newbie net. Anybody else out there would like to join in with us tonight?
I'm back from the store, WA0JTW, back in the car.
All right, Cliff. Good deal. Glad to have you back there. Yeah. You ever do any portable operations using batteries?
Hey, Daddy.
I have, in the very dim past, I had, oh my, what was it? I think it was a 10 amp hour battery, and I used it on a 10 Tech Scout. Had a little, heck, what was it? 50 watt sideband radio, and didn't seem to work too good. And years later, I found out that that little radio does not work good on 12 volts. It likes 13.8. And if you're feeding it with 12 volts, it's not going to work so well. So, silly me. I didn't know that. Once I found out, it works real good. But you can't get 13.8 out of a 12 volt battery unless you use
Can you read that there?
buck boost circuit on it, which I didn't.
Step up. 12
You know,
volt,
the more complex it gets, the more
13.8.
the more it
12 volt
takes away
in,
from being
13.8
portable.
out.
So, oh well.
Pretty handy
So I
for
used
that.
it a lot. I used the 10 Tech Scout a lot
What?
in the car, and
What'd you
I
say?
used it at home as a base
The
radio
solar
for a while.
controller?
No, it's
Used it 10
step
meter
up,
mobile about
12 volt to
about 15,
13.8.
20 years ago,
Just hook
when
it
10
up, it
meters was
steps the
really
voltage
open.
up.
And I talked to Japan and Wales and Iceland, all over the place with 50 watts. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I can imagine so. Been a lot of fun. Maybe the fan conditions keep getting better and make it
Well,
a
that's a
lot
lot of it,
easier
too.
for stuff like that too.
Oh yeah.
Have all the power in the
Yeah,
world.
I originally,
And
when I was, well, before I got my novice, actually, so this was back in early 60s, I would listen to a bunch of local guys down in Omaha, where I lived, on 10 meters. And I thought, boy, that stuff is interesting, you know, talking and just local guys just talking away. I said, I gotta get my license to do that. So I got a novice, and a year later got a general, and got on there, and it was fun, just talking, talking around locally. And all of a sudden, one night we heard somebody breaking in, and it was a guy from South Carolina, and they had a net on the same frequency. And by golly, that was my first experience with skill.
I got you. Yeah, I remember my first experience. I was actually on 11 meters. I heard it done, or heard it, but I'd never actually done it. But unlike you, my first one, I think, was either North or South Carolina, and I was fired up, ready to go then. Before I knew anything about it, But now it's a lot of fun. I actually ordered a few weeks ago the DC to DC converter, but it's 12 volts in and 13.8 out. So I guess that'll be to try that out for field day. See how that works. Just wonder if there's how much draw that would be. Probably not a whole lot.
it depends on what you're using.
Reject.
40,
Okay,
45
come on in
watts, you're
there.
not really going to take that.
And for DJT, so Mr. Carey, I did the math. And I had to dig through some paperwork I had because I had done this before for that field day operation to see how much big a battery I would need. And so yeah, if you're going to transmit 20% of the time, which is about average, so that's 20 amps times 0.33 hours, that's 6.67 amp hours, and and receiving is going to be 1.4 amps, give or take, at 0.66 hours. That's 1 amp hours. So you'll need 7.7 amp hours, plus a 10% Poikort, I can't say his name, the German guy, for the service factor of lead acid batteries. But you add 10% to that, so it gives you 8.47 amp hours. So for 100 amp hour battery, you're looking at technically 11 hours, but 10 hours is probably pushing it.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell you, just from the book. Okay, well, good work. That'll help out a lot. I don't know. The battery box that I'm going to build,
battery that's cycle
for it,
85.
be a big 27 class Marine battery. I don't know how many amp hours they're rated at, but it's like several. What was that, Eric?
These accelerator batteries are usually over close to 100 amp hours. They're pretty decent batteries. I don't know where you're down here, except you're running an HF rig on it. They'll probably get, about 11 hours out of it. And I go for 9 if you're on the safe side. If you're running a UHF radio, you can run it for a couple of days. No problem.
Okay, yeah. I got currently the battery box that my friend built and sent to me. It's for the size of a U1 battery. I think
35
it's
amp hours.
35 amp hours. But it's hooked up to a dual band radio, like a 10 amp draw, so it'll last for a while. But I'm gonna build the big one, the HF side. Yeah, that'll answer a lot of questions for me. That helped me out a lot. I need to sit down and really think about it, but done the thinking for me. I appreciate that.
And like Mr. Carey said, you can hook solar panels up to give your batteries a charge. Now, depending on what kind of panel it is, how many you got, I don't know if the charging of the solar panels to keep up with your transfer time, but they might. You have a 400-watt cell with a nice battery management system and a halfway decent sunny day. It'll probably keep the batteries topped off the whole time.
Yeah, that is true. My friend that's actually on Zoom meeting side of tonight's meeting for the net, he just shared, the little kit you can get from Harbor Freight, 100 watt or 120 watt.
Yeah, that 100-watt set from Harbor Freight is designed to work with the 35 amp hour battery.
I got you. So
I used mine in the field before.
So yeah,
and
I
it
just
kept
wonder
the
how
battery
loud
top.
they are.
Okay.
Wonder how loud it
Yeah,
is.
if you want to really check out some guy who does some cool off-the-grid radio stuff, you can check him out on YouTube. It's OH8STN Ham Radio. Oscar Hotel 8, Sierra Tango November Ham Radio. This guy's like up in like Sweden or Norway, and he goes up in the Arctic Circle with solar panels and completely off-the-grid portable ham radio. Now, he does operate QRP, but he packs all that stuff in. I mean, he's got a super lightweight system. He's got a portable lithium-ion phosphate battery kit pack that he made himself. He has a foldable solar panel. I think right now he's running an ICOM 705, but he's running the Yaesu rig in the past. And he does digital, whisper, sideband, and he has a little vertical antenna he sets up, and he works all over the place with it.
I got you. Yeah, I've got a friend actually down in Coleman, or he's Moulton, Coleman, around in there kind of. He's got property in both places, so he jumps back and forth. But he's got a 4-door Jeep Wrangler, that he's got decked out. He's got a Icom 7100 in it, Icom 5100 in it. Got, I don't know how many watts he's able, his capabilities, but he's got a flexible solar panel that covers the whole roof of that Jeep. Got 4 batteries in the back. I think he's got a CB in there. It's all kind of stuff. He's set up. He's one of the prepper guys. He just bought some land in Bankhead National Forest down there, and where he wants to be. He's gonna build him an off-grid setup out there, and eventually gonna build him a house, cabin, whatever you want to call it out there. It's gonna be totally off-grid, and that's the way he's gonna live, I reckon. Pretty cool.
Yeah, off-grid is cool. It's a lifestyle adjustment, right? I mean, if you used to live in bare bones minimum, it's a lifestyle adjustment. No matter what anybody tells you, it's a lifestyle adjustment. Unless you got serious bank, it's a serious lifestyle adjustment. You can't leave lights on all the time. Wall warts are a no-no. If you're doing a residential house, you have to have the smart AC plugs that turn themselves off, and because those wall warts and stuff are killer. And you got to make sure you got super efficient refrigerators and special heating systems, or you use wood. That's a whole other problem. I actually went through, because I have a nice chunk of land in the back of my property. It's actually sunny, full sun all year long, the entire day.
Speaking of solar panels
would be a lot easier to put on my roof.
Got 2 of those at work.
I did the math and everything, and I would have ended up needing, without sacrificing any of my lifestyle, just as it is based on my power usage currently. I would need 32 solar panels and a battery box about the size of a small outbuilding. Did you change the charge
controller on them?
Yeah.
Put better ones? Yeah, I see where you could run into problems real fast like that. Run out of battery, you run out of everything. Yeah, he's into it. He's actually been staying in a tent out there, when the weather's not pouring down rain. He's been out there when it was cold and everything, out in Bankhead. So he's all about it. That's kind of the way he lives anyhow. So I don't know. It's not for me, but he really enjoys it.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I have 2 solar panels in the back of my house, back of my shack here, and 2 of those 100-amp batteries, and they're just there for backup for my radio room. That's all they do. If there's a pinch, I could, maybe keep the freezers running for a couple hours, but I'd rather just use a generator for that. I'm not looking to go off-grid. Power is still cheap. Electric is still cheap. The break-even point on solar power in your house is like 30 years, and unless I'm lucky like Mr. Carey, I'll be dead long before that happens.
Roger that. Again, this is K4LEN with the Maury Amateur Radio Club Newbie Net. Got my ID, and anybody got anything to add to the conversation?
It's an interesting one, but I just pulled into my driveway, so I gotta bail out. This is WA0JDW Mobile. Catch you all later. Thanks, Les. You.
My batteries total have a couple of boxes in it. At 175 batteries.
How you doing, Rick? I'm okay. I did a little peanutting today.
7,300.
Did you? How did it work for you? It went real well. There were several people. There was a guy from Detroit, and there was a guy from New York. There were several different people that I talked to today.
sound echo
Oh,
link.
my.
I think
Well,
it's
I gotta carry
greatest
some food
thing.
in the house here, so.
Yep.
73s, and we'll catch
Except when
everybody
you're
later.
like here in
Thanks
New
for letting
York,
me into the
they
net,
got
guys.
300 something repeaters.
WA0JTW.
Radios.
We'll be clear.
A lot of people on.
Right. All right, Cliff. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Have yourself a good evening. 7-3,
KO4 NCP checking in.
All right. N4 NTP at the Eric, right?
Roger that. This is Eric. It's KO4 NTP at the moment, so just checking in saying, hey, I just got home. Been out doing some stuff and whatever, so Good Friday services at church and whatever also. Interesting discussion you guys are having.
Yeah. Welcome to the group. Yeah, it's something kind of got on the topic of field day, power and equipment for field day, and kind of never know where it may end up.
Yeah, roger that. I'm not exactly sure what all field day entails and what all we need and what all that, what I need to prep for that exactly, so good to learn some stuff.
Hey, was there somebody else trying to come in there?
Do you have the Newbie net tonight?
Yes, sir. Going on right now.
Roger that. We had a church event tonight, so I just got out and on my way home as well. This is KO4 excuse me. This is K4 PKA.
Okay, one more time. K4.
K4 PKA. I almost gave you my old call sign.
Okay. I got you. Vanity call sign. You'll have to refresh my memory on your name again.
This is Rick.
All right, Rick. I got you there. Did the other station that got the call sign or the tested the same day, did they get a Vandy call sign too, or are you the only one right now?
I got one, and then Mike got one. Mike is N4 TOW. He was at the same church function that I was at tonight. He's still there, as far as I know. I left before he did. Eric is working on getting his vanity call sign, but hasn't gotten it yet. So that's why he's using KO4NTP. And mine is K4PKA.
Okay. That's what I thought. I think I talked to the N4 station the other day, and then it kind of had me. I had Eric wrote down as N4 for some reason. I forgot that all started as KO4 station. A bit of a brain fart on me there. Well, good evening to you there, Rick and Eric. Got anything? Y'all come up with anything? Been needing to know for the newbie net this week?
Cliff that was just on there, he got introduced me to that Peanut app that you can use your phone or your computer. I think it was PA7LIM .NL, and it's an app where you can use your computer or your phone to talk over the internet to the ham radio, and then also Eric and I used the Echo Link for the first time the other day as well.
Okay, what was PA7? What was the rest of it?
PA7 LIM.NL, and it's called Peanut. And you download the app, and then you request a code that this guy gives you, and then you can link onto it. Evidently, this guy's from the Netherlands. That's why it's .nl, because he's from the Netherlands, the guy that actually wrote the program. But I talked to somebody from New York, and there was a guy from Detroit today that I talked to, and there was a guy driving from Kentucky to Florida as well that was on there today as well. So it was very interesting. And then, like I say, I used the Echo Link on Wednesday night, I think it was, and that was very interesting as well. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday night, I can't remember which one. But Cliff introduced us to that as well. So it was very interesting. Yeah, I'm the one that talked to you. You were on your way back home from Gigaparts the other day.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I've never heard of that. It's Papa Alpha 7 Lima India Mike. Is that correct? NL. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Papa Alpha 7 Lima IM .NL.
Okay, yeah, that's new to me. I've never heard of that one, so that's pretty cool. Learn something new every day. Good deal. Now, I think is there a way that you can use your radio, or maybe you link the Echo Link node with the computer, and then go back on the talk to it over the radio or something like that. There's a couple of repeaters down in Alabama that I'd programmed at some point in time into my radio, and several of them's got Echo Link nodes on them like that, and they somebody on them all the time. There's no telling where they're going to be from.
Yeah. The one from Echo Link repeater was in Mississippi, Sharon, Mississippi. And on that one, we talked to people from Australia and England and all over the United States. There was somebody from California and Oregon and all over the United States. The one on Echo Link. That one lasted 3 hours. There were so many people on there.
I got you. Yeah, they have on Tuesday nights, they have an East Coast reflector. I don't know if it's Echo Link or All Star node or something, but it's a big old net. They have a bunch of check-in. I think I was telling you about it the other day. I don't know. Most of the time, the few of the repeaters that I programmed and getting that Echo Link node on, they thought they had a big old footprint to try to get away from that thing, and it just keeps on coming through when your radio's scanning.
Yeah, the people on Echo Link were talking about that last man standing contest. A lot of them that were on there that on Tuesday night had entered and been involved in that last man standing contest.
Yeah, it's actually a special event station. I think it was going to be the last one that they're going to have, because the last man standing, they had their finale season. But kind of pretty cool because it was a special event station, but they was on pretty much every aspect of radio that's on HF. They was on 2-meter repeaters, D-Star, and so literally any class operator could work some of the stations. So a lot of people thought that was pretty cool how they done that, because most of the time when people have a special event station, it's basically HF only, but they was giving them praise because they included, or they got on there where any class of operator could work some of the stations. So a lot of people thought that was cool. I think it's pretty cool too. Pretty thoughtful. I forget in the week I listened to the Ham Nation podcast today, and I forget how many contacts they actually ended up with, but in a week's time it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, Roger, that sounded interesting. Wasn't involved in it because I didn't hear about it until Tuesday, but it sounded very interesting.
I've worked a few of the stations on HF, but I think I worked 4 or 5 of them, different ones. But they had it, like literally everything. I think they had an Echo Link All Star. Naturally, all the bands of HF, D Star. I'm sure they had a Wires X special event. Somebody on the Wires X node as well. So literally anybody, any class could work them. So that's pretty cool.
Listen, 73 seconds.
All right. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Yeah, we'll see. You gonna be on Alex's meeting tomorrow?
Well, I'll go on the side and let somebody else talk.
All right. It's K4LEN, Maury Amateur Radio Club. Newbie net. Anybody else got anything? Anything they'd like to discuss tonight?
I just pulled into my house. I'm going to jump off the mobile and go upstairs to the one in the house. K4BKA on the side.
Right, Rick. I believe I'm actually going to wrap the net up right there. Nobody's got any other topics to discuss. We'll wrap the repeater up and unwrap it, I guess you could call it. Anybody got anything else? Now we'll go with it. If not, we'll start winding this thing down. K4LEN with the Maury Amateur Radio Club Newbie Net. Anybody else out there got anything like to discuss?
For HUV.
Okay, Josh, go ahead.
That field day y'all are talking about, what day is that on?
One more time, I'm sorry.
That field day that you guys were talking about, what day is that on?
That is June 26th and 27th, if I'm not mistaken.
Copy that. That still gives us a little bit of time out there. Okay. All right, I was just checking in on that. I didn't know, and I appreciate the information on the antenna stuff, and I'm going to do some more research, like I said. K4HUV, $73. Yeah, I'm going on out for tonight.
All right, Josh, we'll appreciate you there. Appreciate the question. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the thing up. right there. So, find my spot. Alright, with nothing else heard, I want to thank everyone for their participation. Our website, w4ggm.org. Please remember to check in our other weekly nets, the Emergency Management Net, held every Sunday at 8:30. This repeater, MTIR's Net, is held every Monday at 8 o'clock on the 443.175 machine. And then our regular weekly club net is held every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. At this time, I will return the W4GGM repeater back to normal use. Hope everyone has a great weekend. 7-3s from K4LEN. Good night, everyone, and God bless. Alright, Eric, sorry about that. That's kind of on my local club repeater. Maury County, Tennessee, Columbia, Tennessee. I'm actually going to end this Zoom meeting. I thought maybe the Zoom meeting. Okay, we'll schedule it for at 6 o'clock. Bet you I'm going to have to shut this thing down. Alright, everybody, I'm going to have to end this live stream right here. I'm going to have to end this one right here because to get my camera back, I have to figure out something with my cameras. I don't know, the Zoom meeting didn't go well like I thought it would. I couldn't share my stuff here. Sorry, everybody. Got some more. I've got to do some investigating, see about as far as. Bet you I ain't even got no audio right now. Do I have any audio? Yeah, I got audio. No, I don't have any visual for you, but I'm going to end. If everybody wants to come back, I'll start a new live stream. Everybody want to jump in? We'll hang out for a little while tonight. See if we can make a few contacts. May see if we can't get something going on. See if we can get something going on 40 meters. We'll get our own little round table going right here. Everybody wants to jump in. Again, I'm going to shut down this live stream. I'm going to start another one. So if everybody wants to give me about 2 minutes, roll over there, come back and join me again. I'll have video. And if we can't have our own little net right here on HF, everybody's down. It's K4LN. I'll be back.